So in the last part, we got the vise mostly disassembled. The only remaining pieces that I did not get disassembled were getting the jaws off of it. You can see a little change of scenery here. Cleaned off this thing. I had a bunch of stuff piled on top of it because I wanted my dirty work surface, because taking this apart, I was getting that thick black grease just everywhere. And I was getting it all over the top of my workbench. Not happy about that. Trying to keep that cleaner. So we're back to this dirty work table that's not actually a table or anything yet. It's just the top that's balancing on the two cabinets. But it'll be just fine for now. Try to get the jaws off of here. So if you can see, you can just barely see the line. The line where these jaws are. I've been soaking this with oil for about, it's probably been about a week since part one. So hopefully with that soaking in oil, we can kind of get these to come loose a little bit. If not, we're gonna have to get creative. I'm really hoping it's not too bad, but we will see. First, just start kind of tapping on this, and I'm using a copper hammer, copper mallet, whatever you want to call it, because I don't want to damage the jaws. There's a gap here. I don't know if that was manufactured that way and it was intentional or not. I was thinking, one time I'm actually going to recommend or try using a step wedge. I've got tons of these sitting around because every time I buy handles, they give them to me. I don't use them in axes. Sometimes I'll throw them in a little package when I'm selling an axe, but I don't like them. I don't recommend them. But it's a wedge that I wonder if it'll drive that, drive that jaw off there. That one's a bit wide. I don't want to get it stuck. So maybe we'll go one of these thinner ones. Hopefully it works. Otherwise, you're gonna have a wedge stuck in there. No, it's moving. We're getting a gap there. All right, we're getting some progress. That is just hanging in there. I don't think there's a pin or anything in the center. Well, it's moving that way. We got some movement. What I need is a punch. I'm gonna go grab a punch. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm using this bolt because it's softer. Hopefully these go back on here nicer than they come off. It's really just pinched that one on. All right, we are off. And it's just grooved. It's just a channel, right? So, all right, one jaw off. And you can see the shape of this is also one of the reasons why I wanted to try to be careful with these and not break them. Because I don't want to have to try to either, one, pay someone to machine them, which is realistically, if I break them, that's what's going to have to happen because I don't have the machining capabilities. Here in my garage, So, all right, one jaw off. Sweet. On to the next one. And I got a feeling the next one is going to be even more difficult. But, yeah, it looks like it's in good shape. I think those grooves were intentional. They look like they're machined, not broken off, so that's kind of neat. Looks like that. Maybe a bit of junk on there, so. All right. Got the Dremel set up. Just have a tiny burr set up in there. I don't know if this is high carbon steel or if it's carbide. I got a bunch of these random little Dremel bits. Kind of inherited them, so I'm not really sure what material they are, but hopefully it is harder than whatever's gunk is filling up the slot of the screws, or the screws themselves. So we're going to try to deepen these grooves a little bit and hopefully be able to get a screwdriver in there. Let's see if these spin at all. Maybe I'll just get lucky. Oh, yes. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get a different screwdriver. You can laugh about being excited about this, but I am. Oh man, it's I might not have even needed this this impact driver. We'll see. We'll see how the other one comes out, but this one is at least moving, so I feel like I'm going to be able to get enough play to get this out. All right, just kind of slowly working it in and out. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Okay. Sweet. And another, I feel like this lately has just been stuff I inherited from my grandfather, but some nice old Craftsman screwdrivers. Really good condition too. I mean, like barely ever used. All right, let's see if Lady Luck is with us twice. We've got movement. Again, working in and out. We're moving. Almost out. I honestly don't even think these were rusted in there. I think what happened is it's like old grease or tar or something was just, because this isn't rusty at all. It's just packed with old, I feel like it's just old grease that kind of like it polymerized and just didn't want to loosen up, but yeah. All right, just like the other one, we're gonna try the step wedge. I probably should have just like made a metal wedge that didn't have barbs on it, but whatever. Just gonna roll with it. Sweet. It's coming off. Hey, that one barely even fought me at all. All right. Cool. I'm very happy. Very pumped I got this off. I mean, kind of sucks that I bought a tool that I didn't really need, but now I got another tool. So there is worse things in life than having extra tools. That is for sure. All right. So now on to the cleanup. All right, so what I have here is just essentially a drywall bucket set up with some warm water and some dish soap. No idea if this is going to work for a strong enough degreaser, but I think it'll get the parts clean enough. So I'm just going to start soaking the bigger ones while I start scrubbing the little ones. Well, I should have seen that coming. So I did not realize it, but for a good majority of the cleanup part, the battery on my little microphone died. And I mean, it was just tool noises, so it's not like you're missing out on me rambling or explaining anything. But this is our progress so far. I'm super happy with how this is coming out. I think it's really, let me bring it for a little closer look even. I think it's really coming along really nice. The lettering on the casting is really pretty crisp, impressive, and that's without me really cleaning up around it a lot too. It's going well. I had to take a little break because I am basically at this stage relying on my Dremel and some little wire wheel attachments, and I ran out, so I had to order some more. But they came in, and we're getting back at it now. So give a couple more shots of cleaning this up, and then we'll be on our way. I'm wearing a mask, so you probably can't hear me very well, but that was like a minute of wire wheeling. I really hope the stainless steel ones last longer. Alright, so I think I'm going to call this good for the cleanup. I'm really happy with how it came out. Did I get every tiny little speck of paint off? No, that's fine. With doing the hot oil finish that I plan on doing, I think it'll look perfectly fine with a couple little flakes here and there. It's going to look old. It's going to look aged. Because it is. And I'm fine with that. This vise isn't perfect. And the finish isn't going to be either. You know what I mean? So that's fine. I'm really happy with how that logo came out. The casting on it is nice and deep and crisp. I think it's just going to look really cool with same with the Prentiss New York. I just think it's going to look really cool with that hot oil finish. So seasoning, oil finish, whatever you want to call it. It's really the same thing. You're getting the vise hot, putting an oil on it. That oil's heating up, kind of polymerizing, kind of baking into this cast iron. The only, I'm keeping the jaws off. The only things I really want to do before I kind of season it up and put it back together, I want to chamfer these holes just a little bit. And the one vise, yeah, it was on the edge here. When I got the jaws off, they hung up a little bit, and I think it's because this took a hit on this side, and this jaw mushrooms just a little bit. So I'm just going to take a file and clean that up a little bit. Nothing too significant. I'll probably just chamfer these, chamfer those holes a little bit so the screws come in and out a little easier. In cleaning up, I did notice that it does have a tiny crack right here. Doesn't look like it goes very deep. I'm fine with that. Like I said, it's a really old vise. There's going to be some imperfections on it, so I don't think it'll affect the working of the vise, the integrity of the vise. I think it'll be perfectly fine. I probably will refrain from doing much hammering on the end here, but I've got a little anvil, so when I do need to set rivets or set anything like that, if it's nothing crazy, I might do it on here. But I do have a little anvil that I can use for that. So, and if you kind of look at this vise, it looks like in a previous life, it did have some heavy use with some. This seems to be the worst part of the wear on the vise. Someone using this for looks like setting things and also just punching numbers. It looks like most part. So yeah, it's pretty neat. The only other thing that I did notice when I was tearing this apart is on the bottom of the swivel base. Where is it? Here we are. It had some numbers. Manufacturing, or if this was something done afterwards, I can't really tell what. They say that kind of looks like a 2 and an 8, or an 88. Yeah, that's a 9, and that's a 3. That's so hard to tell. Because it looks like there's 2 sets of numbers up there. There's another one here. That looks like an 18 there to me. And that looks like a 3. So I really have no idea what these numbers were, if they were any part of the naming or anything. The other thing that I noticed was cleaning up. I think I showed a better shot of it. Trying to disassemble this without me dropping it on everything. There's this number cast right into the body on the other side. 1142. No idea what that means. I don't think it's the model, because the model's, it's a 92. Maybe it's a serial number. I would guess, but yeah, it's neat. I like it. We've made good progress with it, so gonna kind of wrap this up here. So if you want to see the hot oil finish and kind of like the cleanup of those last little parts, stay tuned, and that'll be the last part. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.